What's going on, people? Kings Speak. This is season 2, episode 9. And we're talking narratives, okay? We be hearing all kinds of stuff all the time. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of some of these narratives that we hear with my guy, Malik Platts. He is a financial advisor and always keeps it real. So stay tuned, share this with a friend, and let's dive into these narratives. What's going on, y'all? I'm your host, Jaimi Alexander, and this is Kings Speak, where we talk to king level men about self mastery, emotional intelligence, brotherhood, vulnerability, and all of these things. So today, we titled this show episode 9 of season 2, Narratives, because I feel like there's a lot of narratives going around. We got social media, we got a lot of ideas, and all of these things that we all talk about and we all say all the time, but it's going to be kind of cool to dive into the depths of these things and see how true they are for regular everyday people and not just memes. Okay. So I want you guys to give it up for my friend, financial advisor, Malik Platts in the
Hey,
building.
what's going on with you? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, best day ever. You already know.
Yeah. You're always on that. I love that.
Always positive. Do I need to put my earphones in? Or...
It might help. It might be better on sound because I don't hear any click, but it might just be better with the feedback if you do. Yeah, let's do that.
I gotta switch this thing up, then I'll turn it around.
To put earphones in? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go.
All right,
There
cool.
Cool.
What's that, Malik?
Oh, I'm just living the dream.
You really are. Got to see you. Has it been a couple of weeks already? Like a couple of weeks ago, we got to kick it. That was so fun.
Yeah,
just
I'll be
to
back
get out
on
in
the 30th. I'll be back on the 30th. Cool. Yeah, so we'll do it again. I'm bringing a whole group of people down this time. So
I know. I saw. I was like, all right, party time. Here we go.
I've already made reservations at 13 and Baju and of course Moxie. So we already got the itinerary together.
Perfect. Well, I'm gonna need to get going. I'm gonna actually go to Hawaii, but I'll be back on the 30th. So I'm gonna have to take a nap and then get on out.
You gotta take a nap before you come out with us.
For real. Because you know me, I'd be ready to retire early these days. Well, this is good. And you know what? We're friends, so we talk about this type of stuff all the time. But I thought on this show, especially because it's coming up a lot, when you see people like Quavo and Sweetie fighting in the elevator, and I got friends going through things. A lot of people, we communicate, and so there's just some narratives on my mind that I'm curious about, because sometimes I think the way men hear things and what men believe. I even had a conversation with a friend of mine in Dallas, and I was like, he was breaking down a lot of things to me about guys and what they believe, but when I hear it, I really have my own mind as a woman, and I'm like, I don't know about that. So I thought, because you always keep it real, it would be great to talk to you about some of this stuff.
No, let's do it.
Yeah. So I broke these conversations up into like the basic narratives that we hear. So one of them is that I hear a lot of people saying, even finding myself saying sometimes, which maybe I should stop saying, but dating is hard out here. Everybody is sold into it's hard. Dating is hard out here. It's just hard these days, blah, blah, blah. So do you think dating in this day and age is hard, and how has it changed? Like, why is that a thing now? Dating is hard.
Well, I think social media has a big impact in it. A lot of people get caught up with people's fake lives on social media, that they're living this extraordinary life that's not real. So people get caught up in that, and you should never worry about what the next person has going on. So a lot of women, I apologize, you gotta be careful these days. Women, a lot of women don't want the boring banker or the boring teacher. They want who's popping right now, or who, followers are a certain situation, or he in the gym all day, working out all day, not bringing any income in, but he look good to you. It's an allure, it's an attraction type thing, but you're not even knowing about the cognitive of the person, So it's just like me. I post, but I don't get caught up in social media. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I did the sweetie thing. A friend of mine had to tell me about that the other day. I don't get caught up in another person's lifestyle that doesn't care about me or doesn't even know me. So it's like I check on my friends, that I know, or my friends that are celebrities that I know personally, but I don't, Sweetie or Quavo don't care two SHITs about me. So I'm not going to be worried about them fighting no elevator, or they're not worried about my rent getting paid, or they're not worried about how I'm getting a check coming in. So I don't get caught up in any of that. And I'll date a boring person. I'll date a girl that works at Target but may want to be, I've told you that before, may want to be the manager, or a lady that is in nursing school. At least she has a vision. I think a lot of women will just date a guy because he's very attractive to them, but
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have a vision in life. He doesn't have a vision.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't, and you have to change something with yourself. And I told myself, I don't care what you look like. If you don't have a vision or a plan, then we have nothing in common. And you could be beyond beautiful, but it's just like I've had the models that were headaches and just depended on me the whole time and not bringing nothing to the situation. So we go on a trip. I got to pay for the flights, the hotels, all the dinners, the drinks, which is cool because, I treat my lady. But, sometimes it's nice, like, okay, I got the hotels and flights. Can you get the dinners? But a lot of the women I've dated weren't in that position. They were very just dependent women.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn how to just say, if a person doesn't have something going on, I don't care what it is, you're in school, nursing school, the teacher, there's something outside of me, and you have to have their own set of friends. The ladies have to have their own set of friends because they're too much into you if they don't, So, that's my personal opinion. I think people are too caught up in the social media aspect, and you don't get the realness. There's no more reals, no more. All you have to do is swipe right and like a person. So there's no more conversations, no more, cognitive. I like to go in deep conversations. I like to know that she grew up with a positive male figure in her life. Because does she know how to treat men, or does she a man bash her or hate her? Like somebody positive, cousin, uncle, it doesn't have to be the father, but just somebody. So.
Right. No, I definitely hear you. And you brought up like such great points. And I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, because I do, it's like, is it social media that's making everything so hard? Like, is that it? Because you can clearly state what you're looking for, what's real to you. Hold on. Excuse me. And, go through all of those things. But it's like, how many other men out there are thinking like that? Because from my point of view, I feel like it's guys that are caught up in social media. Like dudes are.
It's weak guys that are caught up in social media.
Correct. I guess it's the type of dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the type of dude that there's no CEO and no company is worried about what's going on social media.
Come on.
Believe that. You think Jeff Bezos worried about how many likes he got? You think, like, you know what I mean? So,
not even close.
And not even close. He doesn't care. Like all the people I know that are powerful, they don't care about what's going on there. They post just so people can see what they have going on. But you can't have it. You can't have it absorb your life.
But see,
and
what
that's
I
what a lot
think
of people do.
Those types of guys are looking at half naked women and sliding those DMs, though.
But they could do that because they got the paper to do whatever they want to do. And if they're not married, they could do whatever they want to do.
Some of them be married, though. I mean, I can't speak for everybody because I don't know everybody's business. But I just
then a lot
of
the girls, a lot of the women that date married men, let them get away with this type stuff.
Yeah.
So if a guy got a whole family at the house and you know about it, that's not his fault because he probably brought it up in the conversation. But
it's his fault though because he said the vows.
But what I'm saying is the women have to hold the guys accountable.
And you gotta hold them. Gotta
hold them accountable. Just because I can buy you a bag and fly you everywhere doesn't mean that I care about you or that I love you or like a lot of girls get caught up in that. Like, girl, you got me in Dubai okay, and what?
And then what?
And what? I get you in Dubai. I take you down. We do everything, and I go back to my regular life.
Yeah.
So we got to hold it accountable. Like, you have to be like, look, before we do anything, I need to know, boom, 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 boom. I need to know how you live. I just know a lot of girls don't even go over guys' houses knowing how they live. I'm like, how you dating somebody you don't even know how they live? They could be on air mattresses on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to me. Crazy.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. And I get what you're saying. Like, it's just kind of tough because.
But it's not tough. I think women make it tough. I know a lot of successful women that are single. And it's because they're dated in the same areas. And I've told you this before. It's like, yo, switch up where you're going. Do things differently. Date a different type of dude. Date the boring guy. Let me try him out one time. Maybe
see, because how I move.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
You see how I move. I do that. I switch it up. I done dated guys that I wasn't interested in initially because I'm like, all right, I'm not. He's cute. He got a nice smile, or he got, trying to, or he does this, or I've been different. I've lived in different cities. Of course, there's still major cities. I was in New York, LA, blah blah blah, and I really have a hard time. And it's just kind of like. And we'll talk about some of these other narratives, but I do low-key believe dating is hard right now. I think that a lot of these narratives about what women expect and what dudes need and who's not ready and what's going on, I think it affects everything. I don't think it's just one thing. But even if you try dating in different sectors, I still think it's a mess. At the core, I don't know if people are
asking the right questions.
Yeah, we're not doing a good job, including myself.
Yeah.
I keep finding myself in situations where I'm like, this is not what I wanted.
Yeah.
How did I get here? And it's just.
Yeah, you got to ask the right questions. It's like it's a job interview. So if you want to hire him for the job, you gotta put his application in, and you have to ask him those questions.
And that's another thing. He got to put his application in, not just show up. And hope to get a check.
But just definitely too, you gotta find commonality in things. Like, a lot of people just don't, do you both like the ballet? Do you both like, like what can you do with that doesn't cause you to spend a ton of money? Like, can you go to fashion shows? Can you go to the beach on a date? Like, can you make things up that'll just show you how humanized you are? It's not all monetary. Everything can't be about money. It cannot be about money. And everybody's not living this lifestyle. The most people that I know in the business I'm in, they have the most money, are the humblest people in the world. And the type of people that I know. And it's just like, how are these guys that I know sitting on 7-8 figures know it? Business, the humblest people in the world. And this dude got $100,000 and he loud as I don't know what, holding this his ear. You see what I'm saying? Like, that makes absolutely no sense to me.
This takes me to my next question and narrative, because since you said money is not everything, let's talk about money. I meet a lot of guys, and it's not just me, it's friends of mine. Like, girls talk a lot, and I'm constantly in conversation with women, and including myself, with men who say, I'm not ready. I have to get my money together, get a house, retire my mother. They avoid relationship because they feel like they don't have enough money. So you do work with a lot of high-end clients with a lot of money. What's the difference between the way they date and marry, between the ideas that people with less have about the importance of relationship?
Well, some guys have low self-esteem and feel as though they don't have the money that they. Apologize, my phone was ringing.
That's okay. If they don't have the money, what?
They feel as though they can't bring anything to the relationship. You know what I mean? So their self-esteem is low, and it is because of sometimes how you were raised. Like, in my high school, it wasn't about the basketball player, football player. It was about who had the most money. We're talking about high school. Who has the car and who has the money now, today? That's who the girls want. They don't care nothing about you got to play in. No, but you have to have confidence within yourself as a man. So, you know what? My paper not right this week. I'm going to save up for a month or two. We're going to take this trip. Or, you know what? I can't do dinner out now. I cook at the house. Or let's go on the beach date. Like, you have to be creative within yourself. You got to ball on the budget. You know, I always tell people that. Like, you know, a lot of businessmen have money tied up. You got money tied up in a business deal, and then you have a piece of real estate you just purchased. You can have money tied up, you know? And people be like, oh, he just always got money. No, I make it look good. You know what I'm saying? I make it look good, but I got money spread it around doing other things and things of that nature. But I don't make my relationships about money. Like, you know,
see,
none
so
of
many
mine
people do.
But that's because their confidence is shot.
But even you just said, like, okay, like the girls, you know, oh, the dude has money, blah, 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 blah. That's what the girls want. That's what the girls want. And I think that is a misconception.
It's what I want. It's not what the girls want. It's what I want in that female. I don't care what you want. You want the guy with the Birkin? Boom. I'd rather get you a 4-unit apartment complex. But if you want the Birkin bag, you can have that. Have that with him. But mine's over here, you want this 4-unit that's going to spit off $4,000 of money. You want this Birkin bag that's going to depreciate. Now let's talk about who's really doing something for somebody. If you're going to do it, but do it in the right manner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. And that definitely, it sounds like a better investment. Like for the type of woman I am, that makes more sense too. But I'm just afraid still that guys think, whether they have low self-esteem or not, that there's this thing out there where it's like, oh, well, that's whether you believe it or not, for people to be like, oh, the guy has the money, that's what the girls want. And it's like, that I have a problem with, because it sets that in the mind of men who may not think like that, but now you're thinking that's what women want. But my question is why are men so eagerly chasing that type of woman? That's what a type of woman wants.
Yeah, you're right. And they got to change something within the type. If the woman doesn't have a plan or bringing nothing to the table, what's going on? Or she's not trying to help you build your empire. Everybody can't be the boss, right? So you do have some women that do want to be housewives, which is cool. That's a boss situation because she's bringing ideas to you and helping you grow your business. So you have to look for what you want out of that woman or what you want out of that man. If you want to be at home, which is okay. And my friend had to tell me that the other day, like, Malik, everybody doesn't want to be the boss. Some people do like taking, care of the family. And if that's what you want, and a good home taker can make things very comfortable for you at home. So it's just depending on what you want. But I just think a lot of people have to change. Everybody has this list. Everybody has this list of a person that they want to date that doesn't exist. That person doesn't exist. He got to be in shape. He got to get money. He got to do this. He got to be home by 5 o'clock. No, he doesn't exist. You know what I mean? You're gonna get a busy man and a broke man. That's it. He's gonna be busy closing deals, broke in front of you all day. It's the only two type of guys you got. There's no other guy. There's no other guy. Close this deal over here. He may be on the road for 3-4 weeks, which you can come, or he's in front of you, or he's in the gym all day. 7 hours. I don't know what you're doing in the gym for 7 hours, but some people do it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get it, but
right.
Like, you've been in the gym all day, like all day. Like, so, you're not even a personal trainer, but you're in there all day though. Like, that's crazy to me. But you know, I mean, and a lot of guys just be lying, and girls just be believing the lie. It'd be like, yo, you fell for that, like.
But guys do it too. I'm sorry.
When I look, the guys do be lying, yeah.
No, guys be falling for. So one of the questions I had on here is, okay, because I talk to a lot of my guy friends or girlfriends who have dated guys, and when they tell stories about their guys' ex, I'm like, how'd that happen? Like, that's what y'all committed to?
Sometimes it's an allure. You're attracted to the idea of the relationship. The idea of being with that individual, it's an allure. Like, you know what I mean? But you may be with the wrong person.
Yeah, that kind of brings me to the whole narrative of men love the chase. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, for me, I don't like that because I'm really not the type of woman who's going to play a game with you. Not answer the phone on the first this, answer a week later, say yes, say no, do all this. If I like you, I'm fully engaged. But for me, and I get that for men it might be different, but for me, what I don't understand, you know, I get that men love the chase, but I don't know why that there's going to be plenty of difficulties in the relationship that you won't have your chance to chase and have to fight and all this and that. But I guess I'm just trying to understand, like, what is it about guys that want to commit to, like,
well, some guys have fear.
that?
I have fear of commitment. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. Some guys have fear of commitment. You see what I'm saying? You just have friends everywhere, and you can just. It's you know what? Because like, am I going to pick the right person? That's my mindset.
So it's about trusting yourself.
Yes, it's trusting myself. I know how I am. So it's just like, you know, I like to have fun. And, you know, we like to travel. We like to do this and do that. And then sometimes like, oh, I want to get away for 2 weeks by myself, you know, and just hit the road, you know. And is that fair to the woman at the end of the day if I'm dating her? You know, so it's just like some guys have deep trust issues, but then that comes from childhood, a lot of things in childhood. So you just don't trust, you know, some guys don't trust women and some women don't trust men, but that's all from a childhood aspect. Me is just like, I just don't. And I know you can have fun in relationships, but I just like to do what I would do when I want to do it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to have to be explaining myself to somebody. But at the same token, every successful person I know has a significant other. Every one of them, every last one of them. So that's a missing component in my life, you know, that I have to get over those trust issues and probably just settle down and, you know, do all of that stuff.
Look at you. Yeah, that's what your collar
know, right?
is making you hot. You need to unbutton that.
Yeah. It's hot over here.
Got you nervous.
Oh yeah, you know. But
like,
but
do
yes,
you think that is something that more like the Black and brown community suffer from, this trust issues? I don't trust women, and, you know, issues with the mothers and exes and all of that stuff? Because I'm not going to say like in the white community there's not cheating and problems and all that, but my girlfriends that are Black and dating white men, or my girlfriends that are not Black or brown, it ain't all this when it comes to dating and marriage. Like, these, what is it about the way that they're raised? What's the difference?
Well,
what is it about?
They'll white men, first of all, and I have a lot of great white friends, and I'm not knocking them, but they'll have 2 families and be functioning. 2 families.
Well, you know, we do that in our community as well.
Yeah, but you know, they started it. They invented all of this. Trust me, it's like, you know, they had the wife in the house and went down to the slave quarters at night. You know, so but they have 2 families and be functioning, and I just think that a lot of brothers don't know how to be in relationships, and that's just because if you never seen a positive relationship, how do you know how to be in one? None of my aunts are married. None of my uncles are married. I have a few cousins that are married, but my dad just got married at 62. You see what I'm saying?
Nobody in my family is married either, but my sister and her husband is not Black.
Exactly.
Only one person. I'm talking aunties, uncles, like nobody's married.
So then how do you know how to be in a healthy relationship? We're building the plane as we're flying it. We're figuring it out as we're flying a plane at the same token, you know? So, but you have to have, like my cousin, he just moved in with me. He's 19. I'm teaching him, you know, you got to be considerate to a woman. You got to open the door. Like I'm teaching him. His dad never taught him. I'm teaching him at 19 now.
Right.
Oh, but he's like, but she said this, but you know, you got to do some things that you don't like to do because it makes her happy, you know, but nobody never taught him that.
Right.
So if nobody never teaches you none of this, and then you get to your third, to know the narrative.
So if nobody teaches you this, what?
How are you supposed to know how to do it if nobody ever teaches it to you?
Well, I mean, we say that, you know, but then, you know, somebody who says stuff like that a lot is Tyrese. And, you know, he's quick to be like, well, nobody taught me, and this is just something I read.
I don't think it should be an excuse, though. Now,
I'm just like, sir.
The same thing. He was like, well, my dad never, well, that's over with. Your dad never taught you, that's over with. Now you go from here, you move forward, and you learn. I don't think it should be an excuse, you know, but a person has to be willing to learn.
Yeah, I mean, if you can become a multi-million platinum selling this, that, and the other. I think it's okay to start to learn. You learn how to do that. So
exactly.
I think it's okay to start to learn how to be
exactly.
the man that you need to and want to be to sustain what you say that you want without all of the leaving so many women in your wake of like destruction, you know? So, okay, so we talked about the commitment issues and just being afraid to settle it. What is it that you think, because you feel this way, makes you feel like you wouldn't be able to find somebody that would be on the same page? Maybe you meet a woman who might not mind you bouncing for 2 weeks, or you might meet somebody that makes you feel like you don't want to even do that. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, anything's possible. You know, it's just like, it's just, I like to have fun. A person for me has to be fun. They have to be very cerebral. You know, they have to be family oriented, love to travel, you know, and cute. You know, I don't have to date this overly attractive woman. I think looks are overrated. You know, I think some of the ladies that are just, you know, overly attractive are the ones sitting home lonely. That's like the girl on the prom, right? Everybody thought she had a date because she was so beautiful, but she was the one sitting home. I'm doing an interview real quick. I'm at you right back. Okay. All right.
They're blowing you up. They're like, dog, we gotta talk now.
yeah. This is basketball school that I sponsor. But you know, it's just
the girl on the prom. You gotta repeat that because we couldn't hear.
Yeah. So it's like the pretty girl on the prom, right? So it's everybody thinks she has a date because she's so, you know, beautiful, but she's sitting home crying because nobody asked her out. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of women that are like that. And there's a lot of overly attractive women that have very low self-esteem.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you know, again, I'm not going to act like I'm the finest woman in the world, but you know, people do assume because I have a certain level of beauty that it's a cakewalk over here, and it's very challenging. And I, you know, sometimes I think it's my choice. We talk about this. I be trying not to choose the same type of people, but I be finding myself in the same, you know, predicaments. But then it's kind of like back to that whole chase thing. It's like the guys that I'm not interested in, they don't stay off my phone. I could not reach back to you for a whole 7 months and you still gonna hit me up on holidays. You still gonna check on me. I got people sending me flowers. I got, you know, all of this stuff, and I'm just not interested. And it's like, dang. So I ask about the chase because sometimes us women talk about it like we need to treat the ones that we like the ones we don't like. And that's a lot of game playing. But what do you think about that?
I don't think you should play games. I think you should just be upfront and just probably switch your situations up of like where you're meeting guys at. Like, you know, I think a lot of galas, a lot of nonprofit events are great places to meet guys, and you know, and just like the banking districts of, you know, go have lunch outside with your girls at the banking district. You'll see a lot of, you know, brothers walking through with suits on and things of that nature that may come offer you ladies a drink. And, you know, it's just, you got to switch it up in that manner. Or like I always tell you, your guy might not be in America. He might be in France. He might be in Greece. He might be in Italy. He might be a black guy in, you know, somewhere. You know, I hope he's black. You know, keep it in the,
I'm
keep
trying.
It in the family.
I'm holding out. I'm trying, hey, listen, but you know what?
You gotta show these black girls. You gotta show these black girls and boys that it's possible to have.
That's what my prayer is.
Relationships. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't not in relationships. I have cousins that are, you know, into relationships.
It's fine.
It's fine. Oh yeah, it's fine. Man, I don't care. But I just want people to see it. There has to be examples. It can't just be J and B and Jada and Will. Like they just can't be the only examples that kids can look up to. You know, it has to be example in the household of black families that are definitely doing their thing, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I feel really optimistic about it, and sometimes I'm like, I don't think I could do it. I'm not trying to be 55 years old.
Yeah, but then at the same token, it's not even your choice. It's all in God's hands.
No, it's all in God's hands.
It's who He gonna put you in touch with. He could be putting you like the comedian said. Some people get married at the wrong level. you get married at this level, you're supposed to go 2-3 more levels up to meet this guy, and you down here, and now life is miserable.
Yeah.
And you just did it because it was the common thing to do. And I know a lot of ladies do things just because their girlfriends did it. Oh, the girlfriend got married, now you want to be married. She just had a baby, now you want a baby. And then you take a relationship advice from girls that don't even have healthy relationships. That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. This girl never had a healthy relationship, so she give you advice.
How?
How?
Like, and you know what? I started rejecting that. I'm not rude to anybody in my life, but I don't want any advice about relationships from a woman that doesn't have one. Exactly. And I see that on the internet so much. Again, when it comes to narratives, there's all these women, be more feminine and get a man, you got to do this, and a man, and you single as a dollar bill, boo. Like, what can you really tell me? Now, when I share information, I'm mindful about that because I like to share with people how to be single. Because being an individual and first of all, being single is something I've mastered, and being an individual is going to be important whether you're in a relationship or not. So I'm cool to speak to that when it comes to women, but just all of these single women trying to tell other women what to do and how to do it, it's starting not to sit well with me because it is very confusing. And that's why I like to talk to men. Like, let's get from the horse's mouth what's going on in the minds of men. And I've learned a lot. We got Mark Nash in the chat. What's up, Mark? Okay, Mark, you said something. We do that to see the temperature check on our exes. What were you talking about there? And then he put, some women will settle for the random ex with nice gift exchange. Okay, Mark, a gift exchange, wink, quid pro quo. He's right. Weddings are contagious in groups of friends. They definitely can be. I know I've seen the same thing. And I think it's an innate desire in all of us women. And I feel like it's a little bit of a more desire differently than men. I don't think men are as focused on getting married at all. It doesn't seem like. But yeah, you definitely need to know the difference. Because when my sister got married, I definitely dated somebody I had no business dating. But I definitely was feeling some kind of way. So I found myself, I was like, what am I doing? This is not, what am I doing? Yeah. So I completely get that. I wasn't trying to marry the dude, but I completely get that feeling. And I think it's because, it become contagious. Like, Mark, it's a contagious thing.
Well, it's contagious for y'all.
Exactly. For us. It's for us.
Yeah.
And that's why, I like to have conversations with men because too many women out here, it's hard. And y'all don't make it easy. You don't, because you're different, and it's okay. We're all so different. It's just.
Well, I mean, I think it's not about making it easy. Like, it's about what the person wants. I choose to be single. I could be in relationships now if I want to.
So could I. Right.
I have tons of opportunities.
Right.
But it's just like I like my peace of mind, coming home, chilling out, flying when I want to fly out, and doing what I want to do. And I got a great group of friends, and we have fun, know. So, but when I am dating somebody and they come along with us and fly out with us and do things, they have fun also. But I like to see how they react in crowds. I like to see how girls react around my other friends. Like, I want to see how you're acting in the moment of us, maybe taking a trip to Hawaii or wherever we go.
Right.
So, like, that's vitally important to me too. How do you hold conversations? It's basically like this with me. Who can I take to the governor's ball? That's the woman I want to date. So if I'm talking to the governor of the state, and you need to be talking to the governor's wife, because if we're a team, we need to be closing them collectively. Right. But I can't have you with purple hair and big eyelashes talk about girl and because Sweetie and Quavo and like what? I need you to talk about the economic stimulus or the George Floyd trial or. How about Mark Bezos did this. I need you to have those conversations. Did you read this book, Buddha and the Badass? You got to stay in the flow with them. Right. So it's like, I know how to work the room. And the lady that I'm with, even if she's not, let's just say as social as I am, at least hold that conversation. And talk the king's language. I don't never say talk white people. When people's like, oh, you talk white. No, I talk proper. No. Yeah. That's no. Oh, you talk black. No, that's slang. Like, that's it. Like, talk the king's language to these people. Show them that you know what you're talking about. And a
Yeah,
woman
and you
should be
can trust.
stimulated mentally from that, from a man. But a lot of women aren't because it's not the Birkin.
But see, that's why, okay, so again, with this Sweetie and Quavo thing, I brought that up because that's what I'm saying. Just like you said, it's not the Birkin. But
Yeah.
she was the first one. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about how social media is such an impact on relationships.
But that's the
She was the
impact
first
on,
one
yeah.
about the Birkin, the Birkin, the Birkin. What did, like, I'm telling you as a woman, some of these women are becoming the spokespeople for some of these issues. And I bring it up not because I give a damn about pop culture, but because it's something you got to look out for. If you can see that women are looking for people with social media at certain numbers, they're looking for the Birkin, men who this and that. They're getting that from Sweetie. They're getting that from Doe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. No, and they're gonna be lonely and by themselves because guys is not going to just be keep buying you everything that you want. Like, what are you bringing?
But I think
what are you bringing? What are you bringing to the table? Like, what does that girl bring to the table? Just because you see people on social media buying, I mean, buy some stock in Birkin bag. Let's get real with it. Like, you know, let's buy some LVMH stock and Louis Vuitton and Moet. Like, if you're gonna do it, do it.
Right.
Don't worry. Like you be my dad always say, don't be a consumer, be a producer.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, you're just a consumer. You like everybody else. You're just consuming at a higher level.
Right.
You know, when people got these stimulus checks, I ain't never see so many black people in Beverly Hills with lines around the corner. And because I play Beverly Hills in Malibu. That's my area. Like I really do the LA thing. I'm not loving hip hop and it with it. You know, I'll be right here all the time. You know, like, this is where we be at. So, you know, at the end of the day, like that's the lifestyle, and you have to immerse yourself in that type of lifestyle that you want, but then do it on a proper level. Like, listen, let's do this instead of getting that. Let's get the down payment on the house instead of doing that. Or let's make these moves, and then we'll get that on the birthday or Christmas. But let's make collective moves to grow an empire collectively. So you can just swipe the card and do it, and it's not going to hurt you.
Right.
You know,
which it makes sense to me.
Yeah, we got 15 multi-unit apartment complexes bringing us $15,000 a month. I don't care if you get the Birkin. You know. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to think like that. I always tell people, I don't care if you're a janitor on a janitorial company. I don't even care if you're a janitor. Like, you know, own the company. Don't be the employee, be the employer. So don't be buying, you produce.
Yeah. So really it's about separating the wheat from the chaff.
Exactly.
It's real noisy out here.
And listen, Warren Buffett always says, when people are fearful, be greedy. And when people are greedy, be fearful. So everybody's running to the internet, running to type these type of girls. I don't want them type of girls. Y'all can have them because y'all passing them around all the day anyway. So we gonna go from this dude to this one to that. Why would I want a dude why would I want a girl that I know been with my man? Or like, that's the craziest thing ever. But the people in society, because social media is like a psychological test. It tests you mentally. But you have to know how to, like, I live in Las Vegas. I'm not at the casino every day. You have to have discipline.
Correct.
If you don't have the discipline, then you're going to follow the masses. You're going to get slaughtered like sheep.
Yeah.
That's it. You're going to follow I don't follow the masses. I do. Y'all going right, I'm going this way. I don't want that one. I don't want that type of woman. I want this one over here. You know, I want the business one with the got her own stuff, her own degree, own pocketbook going on, own house, own car. She might pull a drink. She might get me a drink. I've had that happen a couple times. I said, you know what? That's a move right there. Like that one. You know what I mean? I like that one. I ain't gonna hold it. I was like, look, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep this number. So you might want to switch things up. Like, you might want to buy a dude a drink, or I'm gonna send you a drink, or send him a drink, and don't say nothing to him. You're gonna mess his head up. I do that all the time. If I see an attractive group of women, I might send them a drink, don't say nothing. Somebody over there is gonna come and say thank you. 100%.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So do the same thing with a group of guys. Get those guys around over there. You might see somebody in there that you like. Get those guys around, man. That's boss stuff. That's the difference between bosses and the people that's just following. But bosses do what bosses want to do. Get them around the shots. and do a shot with them. And I mean, you just switch it up a teeny bit, and you never know what the outcome is going to be. You know,
true. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Just a teeny bit, like this much.
Right. I mean,
you
know, you change a boat's direction by 1 degree, you end up in a completely different place by the time you end the trip. So this much is the little things are the big things. So I hear you.
Exactly. So, you know, just if you switch it up, or women switch it up, but if you're following the masses, they listen. It doesn't last. Trust me.
No, it doesn't. But we don't get
living in
that.
LA.
Yeah.
Living in LA, the girls change every 2-3 years. You move to LA, you become a party girl, you go through the cycle, you go through all these guys that you hate LA. It's the same shit every 2 years. You come there, you party. Oh, I met this person house. Oh, you knock this guy off. Oh, I hate LA. No, you don't, because you're not the prettiest. In LA, even in LA, and you know how we know LA. Every beautiful woman in every city in the country lives in LA. So you have to be confident in yourself that you're not the most beautiful woman, but you got your own swag. Don't worry about what they got going on over there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you got your own thing going on. When you walk in, you shut it down how you shut it down.
Yeah, I you know, it's funny because I wouldn't suggest LA for a lot of people. And I had a good time in LA, but it's just, you don't get time back. And that's why I really wanted to have this conversation, because all this games that we're playing and back and forth about the bags and who's bad and who's this and chasing the wrong woman and I'm heartbroken and childhood issues and da-da-da. Next thing you know, you turn around and you're literally 50. Yep. And then what? Who wants to be 60 years old with a 10-year-old? Yeah. Like, what are we doing? We're not, we're playing around too much because we think we have all the time in the world and we don't. Mark Nash in the chat said, nobody wants to say this, but we are all very superficial. Men like a nice body and so do women.
That's true.
I'm not going to argue with that. He also said, when a woman is attractive, she dates a man who is older or is out of shape. Everybody assumes it's for money. When a man does the same thing, he's ashamed in the world. He's shamed in the world and the community. Nobody wants to ever say the real truth. Sex is for sale, especially in America, whether legal or not.
That part.
Yeah.
You always pay for something.
But why does it got to be like that? And that's what I'm saying. Everything that we've talked about, low key, has been transactional still. And it's like, that's what I worry about with these things. Like,
yeah, but that's just with the type of individuals that people are dating. Like, at the end of the day, you have to change something within yourself to attract the person that you want. You might need to go to church more. You might find a nice church guy. You might need to go join a book club. That's a unisex book club. It's a lot of things that you can do that we probably don't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not hot, it ain't popping.
Because there's no narrative about that.
Exactly, but it is a narrative. The narrative is your story, so it is a narrative. Mm-hmm. You know, nobody never knows the story, but everybody hears the glory.
That part.
Everybody hears the glory. Everybody on social media is balling out of control. So what's the story? What's the story? How did you get that? Where did you get that from? Are you sharing that? Are you inspiring other people? Are you putting the people in another position? Or is this all about you? Mm-hmm. That's your 15 minutes of fame. Because when you're really moving as a man, me personally, I like to move silent. The type of people that I look up to, like Richard Branson, and then you get like my associate Troy Carter, or like Uzelfi, and they all move silently. And they have more than abundance.
Yeah.
But that's how they move. Or you may get the what's the guy's name? He's a boxing promoter. He never goes to none of his boxing matches, and he has about 100 fighters. Al Heyman.
Okay.
So you get an Al Heyman that just moves like silent.
Right.
That's how you're supposed to move. Like, you're not.
I like that.
You're not supposed to let nobody know what you got.
Yeah.
Putting it to your ear. Put that on the black card.
if you're able.
Exactly. Put it on some card. But it's just like I mean, my friend, we was in Atlanta one time, and the girl, we was going into a situation like a little club, and the girl was like, "Yeah, ain't nobody in here." I'm like, "We're about to be in here. What you talking about?" Like,
right.
We're about to turn this thing out. You're gonna wish you was in here in a minute. It's
I
a
am the
movie.
party. You know how I
It's a
feel. I don't
movie.
care
Yeah.
who's in there. It's going
It's a
down.
movie when we walk in.
It
You already
is.
know how we get down.
Yes. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
Mark has a question in the chat for you. Go ahead, you can read.
I don't have kids. Yeah, I have a godson I'm taking care of now, but I have goddaughters, and I told them at young ages, I told them guys lie a lot, and I was telling them that I was like, don't believe a lot of things that guys are saying, because I'm a product of that, being a teenager. So I'm just letting you know. Just don't, believe a lot the same. But no daughters, god kids, little cousins that I help out or give them advice and things of that nature. So a positive male figure in a lot of females' lives.
Yeah, I know Mark has a daughter. My dad did a great job, but I think it is important to tell kids the real about what's going on out here, the real raw. Like
Oh no,
whenever
I
you
let
feel
them
like
know.
it's the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are ill-equipped in these streets, your heart will be trampled on. Like it's just how it goes, man or woman, So I love that, you can have those transparent conversations with those around you that are younger.
Yeah.
So we kind of touched on this a little bit, but so I put here, what do you think affluent people understand about the necessity of family? Because you work with a lot of 7, 8 figure people. What do you think it is that they understand about the necessity of family that maybe others might not?
So you're talking about black people in general, or?
No, I'm talking to affluence. This is not a
Okay.
color. Yeah, just what do you
Affluent.
think that?
Well, I think affluent people definitely keep family close. A lot of affluent. I'm big on that. We do Sunday dinners at the house. Like we sit down and really have conversations. Like at the table. Like, how does your week look? What do you have going on this week? And my cousin and his girlfriend, and we'll just sit here and talk, or we'll just do like we did a big Easter dinner together today. A bunch of friends, and half was vaccinated, so it was like a celebration almost. And I just think people that are affluent, they just love to give. They're givers, and I always say givers give. So they give knowledge. They give. They give. The best thing you can give is knowledge, because you can teach somebody else how to get to fish. So you give knowledge. You can give a book, or you might give that $500 graduation gift or something. Just to I'm not a person that's going to like give so you can just always be on that path. I'm going to give you choices, and if you choose this and this, then that's your choice. But the thing about it, like I told my cousin the other day, the only reason we have poverty is because of lack of opportunity. That's it.
Right.
That's it. That's the only reason. So you want to inspire people in your family to do better, so then they can inspire other people within the family to do better. You can't do it all by yourself. No one person can do it or lift the whole family up by themselves.
Yeah.
So like you have to do positive things. Your sister has to show her own new child, and it just has to go down the line of just staying positive, but all have the same morals and goals and objectives. But you have to also change with the times. Like the things that work with our parents are not working no more with this social media, and a lot of our parents don't get it. And like the reason why I did LA for 17 years and could still go in there. I could throw a party in LA tomorrow and I could have 50 people, all affluent there. And the reason why I do that is because I stay relevant. Like, you know what I mean? I stay relevant. I check on people. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? I just want to see how you doing. I don't want nothing from you. But just those things right there, like, you need to do that. And if you're really into somebody, you should be checking on them in the morning. Hey, good morning, beautiful. Have an excellent day. That little statement right there could make her whole day. You know what I mean? That's how you really know somebody is into somebody. Yeah. So like, hey, I hope you had it. Or at the end of the day, hope you had a blessed day. Was your day good? Call me when you get time.
Right.
I'm not just going to pressure and be like, oh, I'm going to blow you up. No, you call me when you get time, because I know you're busy too, because you're doing your thing. And you have to understand that women out here doing their thing. Women are winning, and they doing their thing. But we have to, the winning women have to sometimes, I just think a lot of women are in bosses situations want that same type of guy that's on their level, and that guy might not be on the level. The guy might be a professor Yale and you're a CEO at Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't make what you make, but cognitively, he's there
Correct.
with you. You know? So, like, but a lot of women, I'm telling you, I got successful girlfriends that are just all single and they all get money. It's not like they're all getting money.
But see, so are men
plus,
intimidated by that? Like,
no, I don't think the women.
I've heard a man say that, so I'm not.
I think the women have, the women that I know that are in that lane have this list that does not exist, and I keep telling you, they have this list of this perfect guy that he'll never come around.
Okay.
You have to pick a person and grow with them. It's just like planting a flower. You have to plant it. It has to grow.
Agree.
You have to water it. You have to put it in the sun. You're gonna have some good days. You're gonna have some bad days. You have to grow and grow. I don't know what they're looking for. Like it fathoms me, because it's like, how do you date the same type of dude? I just don't get it. It's just like, this is the same. It's the same pattern. It's the same pattern, and that's the definition of insanity. Then you need to switch something up then. Like I said, buy those guys some shots. Hey, let me get you guys around a shot. Let me do a shot with you. Hey, let's go join a book club. You know what? Let's go down to Art Basel. Let's do things that this guy might not even be used to. Take him out of his environment. I take a lot of girls to places they've never been. Sundance film festivals, this, that. I ain't never been to Sundance because I'm cultured. You know what I mean? Like, I don't just listen to hip hop and then, like, we're gonna go to this New York Fashion Week. We're gonna really play in these rooms.
Right.
I'm not just going to urban settings and seeing what's, going on there. Like, we want to go to places where we can hold these conversations and how you work the room and put that gown on. Like my cousin in here, he talk about getting, going to the Maldives and getting his tux, and like, I'm putting him on game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm putting him on game. And that's what a lot of women, they just step back, change something a little teeny bit, even go out the day. If you go out the day to happy hour, buy a guy a drink. I challenge women to do that. One drink. I ain't even saying you got to sit there and hold the conversation with him. He might be attracted to you. You know what? Get that man a drink over there and his friends. Just do that. All
right, ladies, you hear that? You get the challenge.
Try that. Just try that. I'm pretty sure he'll come over and get you the rest of the drinks for the night if he's a real man. You know what I mean?
All right. So, I mean, I'm not mad at that at all. I have seen that amongst my friends, and I think that is a good thing. Switch it up is what you're saying.
Switch it up. You got to switch up your pitch, or we're gonna be running in the same cycle. Trying to find these relationships and this, and oh my God, it's not enough good men. It's a ton of good men out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Passing and looking past them. I had a friend the other day. She works at a nonprofit, and I'm like, yo, I know you're attractive. Not no dudes come at you at your job. And she was like, well, but they work at my job. But they got a job. Like, I don't know. What? They have a job.
Right.
But he works with me. Like, listen, you want too much. First you want to do what a job. This dude got a job. Oh, he can't because he got a job. He worked with me. You make the same money he make.
Right.
It's a list that doesn't exist.
I know. I totally understand what you're saying. And so Mark Nash in the chat said, I asked about the daughters because I have one baby girl and I try my best to settle any disagreements with my wife, child's mother, because I don't want baby Nash to know guidelines. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah. And I know that requires a little bit more than you might want to give, especially when it's challenging. You got to stretch your capacity to really be able to, connect with, people like that. Oh, love to love. How do I donate to this channel? I love that, because I don't even know if I have enough traction to where I can turn that part of this thing on. So I really don't even know how to answer that question directly. On this channel, I don't think YouTube has the, I think you have to have a certain amount of followers to turn on that thing where people can live chat and donate and do all that. Okay. So YouTube just be treating me some kind of way. But I do have Cash App.
I was about to tell
You
you
know
that.
what I'm saying? I
Gotta
do have
switch it
Cash
up.
App. And it's my name, the $sign in my name right here, which, any love is definitely received. Oh, and Mark, you said that wrong, and that's close enough. But okay. Well, you could clarify. Send it to me. Thank you. Love to love. Yeah, no, I completely understand. And I like your ideas. That's why I want to have this conversation with you, because you do come from a different perspective, and it's really easy to get caught up. What did you say? Type your Cash App and pin the comment at the top.
Get that Cash App donation, girl.
That is funny. I'm like, I've never done that on here. Let me see if I can. Oh, see, I put something on Periscope. I don't even really know if I don't know how to do that. But I do think that oh wow. Let's see if I can do this. And let's see what happens.
So we can come Thursday. Okay. No, I mean, just gotta switch it up though. Like, you know what I mean? I challenge every woman to buy a man a drink, just to open up the conversation. Right. You know what? I challenge women to join a unisex book club. Join a unisex book club. You know, you never know who's sitting in there. Join a nice yoga class. You know, join a nice yoga class, something different, something, like take your girls out, have a drink, have dinners that night, and bring some of your guy friends. Like, that's going to attract the other guys. Like, what do they have going on over there?
Right.
You know what I mean? Bring some of your guy friends and y'all go out and have a good time. And I'm telling you, I used to do it all the time. I'm 100% sure we'll go out and I prospect, bring beautiful women with me. I know for sure one of these guys going to want to talk to you. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There is a lot out there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. And I love the different perspectives. And again, what I was saying is I appreciate that about you, because it's really easy to get caught up in these narratives out here. It's really easy to get sucked into social media and look at certain things and think life needs to be a particular way. And people don't even understand that they are adopting other people's mindsets and making it their own and calling it their own when it's not even their own.
But the thing about it is that person has to have confidence within themselves. That's the whole thing of what I just said about everything. The man that doesn't have money, but they may be attracted to that one girl, or the girl finds them attractive, but he doesn't have confidence. There's no way, right? It may take you 10 more years to have all your money together, have that house, have that car. You don't do it when you want to do it. You do it when God is going to bless you to do it. Like, it's not on you. It ain't on you when you want this house and this girl and this car, and it got to be like this. No, well, you're going to be there lonely by yourself, waiting forever. You better accomplish one thing, then have that girl may bring more money in your life. She may tell you may be an actor. She may tell you, don't take that role, take this one. Or don't do that, you should do this. She may bring more money to help accumulate more wealth for you. And just give you advice and meeting her friends and things like that. So the monetary aspect, that's just low self-esteem. You don't know how to move without money. And that's why you sometimes get a couple of athletes, but I deal with a lot of them, that act obnoxious because they never had money.
Yes.
They never had money. So then it's just like, you think you could just talk. You can't just talk to no woman crazy. They got respect for herself. You shouldn't want to because your mom black. I mean, I wouldn't want to talk to no woman crazy or hit on a woman or I got moms and sisters and cousins, and you see what I'm saying? But the money not changing me. We cool over here. We got a little bit of bread, but I know I'm not the richest. I know I'm not the most in shape. I know I had a big house. I know I had a big car, but I'm cool in my zone and what I do. Yeah. And I stay relevant. I have access. That's what a lot of people don't have. You may have more money, but you don't have access. You may have this. You don't have access. I have access. I have nobody in this country I can't touch. Yeah. I don't care who they are. Yeah, it's true. I'm 6 degrees separated from that person. And I have social equity, and that goes a long ways, So that's why I'm very confident So I'm very confident when I do things, and I'm not all about the money, but me, it's like, oh no, we're gonna get in there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's sold out. No, we got this. Don't worry about it. I got it. You know. So.
Yeah, but I love what you said too, is inviting God into the conversation, because I'm very much about that, and I try to share that with my friends, like, because women and men too, but I'm just speaking on our behalf, get really down about the situation. And it's really hard to understand. Like, I had one of my friends over here yesterday, and she was just so distraught because, somebody that she cares really deeply about ended up letting her go.
That ain't the one for her.
But, and that's what I'm
saying. You
saying.
see what I'm saying? Like, it hurt. It hurts, but
hey, it's that simple.
It's that simple. We got to let it go.
Right.
You know what I mean? I done had my heart crushed a couple times in these streets. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be up here crying or no, God didn't have that one for me.
I mean, we gonna cry now.
I get it. Yeah.
Because it's very hurtful, especially when you open up, all the way, and then just get, and it does cause people to question, well, like, what's wrong with me? Did it? And his whole thing was, I'm focused on my grind right now. So that was his whole thing, and I get it
too, though. Like, I got a book I'm reading. It's called what's the book I'm reading? It's called hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it. When people say they on their grind, you're working too hard.
And I feel like, because I'm older than both of them, I can see that. But then I turn around and talk to men in their 40s, and they're still saying the same thing. So I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just a different mindset.
Yeah, it definitely is. So the book I'm reading, where is it? Oh, it's called Relax More, Try Less: The Easy Path to Abundance. So it's just teaching you how to relax and not grind. Like, I'm up at 4 because my day's done at 2.
Right.
So I get up at 4 when nobody else is up. I move different. I don't move like everybody else. And I'm showing my cousin, I don't sleep 8 o'clock in this house. We go around walking around our neighborhood, see all these wealthy white men. I say, you see what they plotting? I'm up too. What y'all plotting? What's going on? What's going on over here? I'm not sleep.
I'm up too.
Yeah.
Good morning.
You can't be sleep. That's why you got to have somebody that's different. You can't be sleep dreaming about your dream, or sleep dreaming about that woman you want, or sleep dreaming about that man. You got to be up doing it.
Right. I agree. And you don't got to slave away for it. That's something I've learned, especially because I used to be the ultimate hustle. You couldn't outwork me, but that is not a badge of honor. I'm a woman. I don't need to outwork me. I'm trying to work smart, not hard. I'm not going to go back to that life. And so, I just think there's a different way of doing things. But I just wonder sometimes why there's some guys out there that will allow a good woman to pass them by because they're on their grind. Like, you don't have the mind to do both or whatever.
That's their mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their mistake. And hey, I can't speak for all men. I can only speak for like my crew and like what we do, and all my homies, executives, they doing it and they all fun, and it's just, none of them are married. None of us are married. Some are in relationships and things of that nature. But it's just like you have to, like how you said, a man passes a good woman. That's his mistake, because then he's gonna end up having a baby by some crazy shit. Or like, how did you just leave this? And
they love it. They love it. I see it so many times. There. They love it. That's what you
purple, purple hair and big eyelashes, and you left classy with. I don't get it.
I had a man tell me, he left the queen for all them peasants. I'm like, you did, but I couldn't tell you that at the time.
Yeah.
What could I tell you?
But it's just,
and it happens so often, and you don't get time back.
You know what it is too, though, Jaimi? It's the attention that the guys seek that they probably didn't get in their childhood.
And it just, and who wins at the end of the day? Who wins?
Yeah.
The women don't win, the men don't win, the kids don't win, the family, nobody wins.
Yeah.
Nobody wins.
Nobody wins. So you have to know who you got to know who you are. You have to know your lane, and you got to do you. I ain't worried about none of them, what they got going on over. That's them.
Right.
Do what you do.
Word. So Mark Nash in the chat said, okay, so Mark, I tried to pin that at the top and it didn't work, but you sent something to test it out. So I'll see and see what happens. Thank you. And then Mark said, Malik, so do you sell your social equity access in a transactional society? Because I'm sure you can leverage that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, as far as I'm in the financial services, but if somebody wants to, hire me as a consultant to meet certain people or meet certain athletes or entertainers or not everything can go. So I could put you in front of a person because I get a lot of people that call me. Like you see my phone just blowing up. Like, you know what I mean? I got these basketball kids coming out that's going to the NBA next year, but I'm already sitting down planting the seed now with the family. So things like that I do or have access to these athletes and everybody calls me. Everybody got the best project in the world. I got this real estate deal. I got this marijuana deal. I got this. Now I have nothing to do with none of that. But if it makes sense, we can't. I can't solicit it, but I can introduce people to people. Like you guys need to talk. And I can step away. So yeah, definitely. I'll definitely consult if anybody wants to consult on how to do things or have a project and things like that. We could put some plays together.
Oh, he talking about trying to put these women on, giving it up for backstage pass. Mark, behave.
Oh,
Mark
okay.
be in the chat.
Okay.
He's
the
like,
thing,
do you smell?
oh yeah, he's funny. Okay, I got you, Mark. I don't give up my secrets, Mark. My secrets stay with me. If you ain't a part of the crew, I can't let you know how we get down. I can't let you know how we get down.
Lord have mercy.
That's funny though.
That is funny. No, this is really good. It was a really good conversation. And I don't know, did you have any narratives that you hear as a man that you think, I mean, obviously, because I'm a woman, I can answer differently, but is there anything that you hear
well,
that you think is crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, for real, I like when a woman be like, "Oh, I'm not even on social media like that." Like that's an attractive trait to me. Like I like that. I mean, they may post here and there, but they're not like it's not engulfed in their life. You see what I'm saying? Like so just be more discreet. Just be more discreet. Take it back to the classiness of women. Be more discreet. Be more of a mystery. Don't just have it all the way out there like day one, be a mystery about it and just gotta have these guys work for it. But if they really like you, they're gonna work. And if they don't want to put the work in, they're not the right one for you. Period.
Simple.
Okay, next one is it's his loss. It ain't your loss. Because if the confidence of what you're doing, what you bring to the table, nobody else is as unique as you are. All my exes want to get back with me. Because you're not going to find no dude that do what I do.
Yeah.
How I do it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I have fun. You're going to find this boring dude. Oh, my God. We used to travel everywhere, do this, go to this party, backstage here. This, now you home at 5. And you bored. So, like, I know what I bring to the table. So, at the end of the day, just know what you bring to the table. Be confident within yourself. Do not worry about what nobody else got going on. Because 9 times out of 10, they're lying on social media. You just have to understand that they're lying. People are lying. People are falsifying their life. Period.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But don't worry about, the Warren Buffett statement. When people are fearful, you be greedy. When people are greedy, you be fearful. So if you follow that philosophy, you'll go a long, long ways,
Yeah. No, I agree. I love it. I mean, you drop so much insight. People don't know what little different things to do, different places to go.
I'm about to write
switch
a book
up your
for
energy.
Y'all something. I'm about to
do a little ebook. Drop us with something, just a little something,
But I'm just letting you know what attracts me to a woman.
Yeah.
So I move different. I need my woman to move different.
And the type of men that I feel more of us could be attracted to. Because there is a difference. It gets very, some of these guys, I tell people sometimes that's why I feel like I'm still single, because I'm weeding through, whether I'm in the right places or not, I'm weeding through a lot of BS where it's just like, no. Like, we got to keep turning the page. But there are diamonds in the rough where it's like, all right, this person thinks different, moves different. This makes sense. We're on the same page. And then wanting to also be in a relationship at the same time. Because there's our gentleman that I've met. It's like, damn, he's really whatever. But then it's like, I'm on my grind. I can't focus. So it's just like, never mind.
And the person that's on their grind do something like buy him the book I just told you.
Yeah,
I've had
I'm definitely
conversations
that
with
type of
women.
woman.
I've had
Yeah.
conversations with women, great conversation, just send them flowers the next day. Love the
Mhm.
conversation last night. An
Yeah.
unexpected gift at an unexpected time is a way to a person's heart. So get them some material that you on the grind. You know what? This is how you're not going to be on the grind. You're going to get the same thing you want to get,
Yeah.
but in a relaxed mood.
That still doesn't necessarily make people want to change their mind, but it is a nice gesture.
It's a gesture.
It's a
It's a
gesture.
gesture.
Just keep
That's
it
why you
real. If that's what's
keep.
on your heart, do that. Like I'm about that life. It's definitely not to sway or convince, but be that type of a person. And for everybody, your friends included. I send, cute things to my friends all the time. It's so easy to just shoot them something through Amazon, or if you see something cute online, like, oh, I know my girl like to take, these types of showers or whatever. Let me get her some eucalyptus to hang in there, or, it could be for anybody, anything. It's, it's just a good way to be. And I know you know that because you're a master networker. So it's important whether you want to date the person or not. But yeah, this was a fun conversation.
Oh yeah,
Malik,
I'm gonna keep it up.
look, let me let you get to those phone calls, like, for real.
I'm gonna have these. I can't, man.
Yeah, let me let you get to the phone.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm gonna keep it up. We say in Philadelphia, keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck. So we're gonna keep it a buck. And I tell women the truth. I'm not gonna pacify you. Like, this is what it is. Period. Like, if you want a good guy, do these type of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that other stuff, like, and just have your own thing going on, man. Just have your own thing going on. A lot of women, like you said, just want a guy taking care of them. Like that. The kid Vince Staple. I like that kid. He's a rapper, and he said, until you got money, you ain't shit. He said that's fucked up.
No, but that's not. There's so many women
human.
We don't think like that. We don't think like that. So the first guy, one of the first guys I dated, I was in a relationship with him. He was. If you're a man with vision and some kind of movement, the right woman will get behind you. That's what I'm saying. This narrative, you need to have a bag, you need to take care of me. That is a certain type of woman. Me and my friends don't talk like that, because we know you get with a woman like this, you gonna multiply.
Yeah.
Period. There's no way not to. Why? Because we have our own. We've been out here cultivating our own fields as fertile soil and proper. You plant over here, you gonna multiply. But you gotta plant though. You can't be, if you're gonna run with the narratives, then you're gonna be over there. Because we, as women, we're not going to chase you. We don't chase. We don't, So that's where I'm saying where it becomes complicated. Where it's like the right people have to link up, and that's why I like that you brought God into it, because it is a God thing.
You gotta be equally yoked. You have to be equally yoked. And some people would, some people Christian and won't date outside the religion. I'm open for other religions. You see, me personally, because I believe in spirituality, and I believe, that there can't be 2 billion Muslim people that are incorrect, and there can't be this many people that are incorrect. So it was just like,
I completely
you have
agree.
to be able to, equally yoked is just a religion, period. Like, she may want to go to the mosque, and then she may go to the Christian church with you. It's just like, because you could be missing some blessings just because of a religion aspect. You could be missing some blessings because this guy is 2 inches off from what you like. Oh, he's not 6'6", but he's 6'2", and I'm 6'2", and it's like, okay, well, then you just missed out. You know what I mean? So that could have been the guy that took care of you for the rest of your life and loved you, but the height aspect, that just kills me. And I understand if you're, a tall individual as yourself, that you want somebody at least, equivalent to you. But if a person isn't like a 6'6" or 6, like, that height stuff is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Because I know a lot of women that stop dating. Like, my cousin is 5'0" and won't date a dude if he ain't 6'2", and she 5'0".
Nah, girl,
like
move.
She like 5'3".
No, I'm 5'10". Move. I need them little tiny girls to move out the way.
And I get that, but it's just like, you're 5'10", and what if you meet a man that's 5'10"? Like, you know what I mean? It can't be because he's not a little bit used to what you are as far as height, that can discontinue a great relationship that you never even started in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
but I have dated guys that were not that tall, and I tried, and they still wasn't it, which is fine. So I'd be, like you said, I'd be taking the switch it up, but I do have a preference, and that should be fine. But I have dated guys that were shorter And they didn't work out either for their own reasons. But Mark Nash said, okay, so I don't know. You said, thank you, Mark, because I'm gorgeous, you'll get offers, but your intelligence and authenticity scares some away. And that I don't understand that. I feel like that's something that men should be drawn to.
That's low self-esteem.
And then
I don't listen to this. I'm not afraid to talk to Halle Berry.
You shouldn't be.
And I have no type of my money not where she at. I don't have the type of house she at. But if it's going on, I have a couple drinks in me and we had a barbecue and it's there, I'm taking my shot. You can't take a shot if you ain't in the game. You know what I mean?
No, of course.
I'm taking my shot. The only thing she can say is no. Okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay. So, like, to be intimidated by a person, you can work with that person, work on businesses with them, things of that nature. A guy could bring some more opportunities to you on how to even put the app up here to get the money on here. Like, I
mean, somebody please help me. Exactly. I do not have it all the way together. I need help and protection, Mark.
Exactly. So, it's just like, it can't be like that's I don't like that. Mark, I don't have nothing against you, but we men, man. My dad told me how to be a man. So, like, I'm used to take care of the whole house. I ain't just not paying the rent and you got the bills. No, I got everything. Don't worry about it. Because we got to get out there and just get it. Like, if you're really doing it, don't be falling victim. Like, I can't do it because it is. No, get out there and do it and be confident about it and walk in with your head up and read these books. And now I'm in a world where a person that makes a SHIT worth of money is not the smartest person in the room.
They just believe they can do it.
They're not smart. I'm telling you, I'll be looking at a conversation. I'm like, what? They're not smart. But at the end of the day, it's just like they had a great idea, or they had a great concept, and they just applied it. So it's just like dating. You have to apply it. What type of woman do you want? Do you want a woman you want an African American woman? Do you want her to be very smart? Do you want her to have her own business? Do you want to write those goals down, women? What type of man do you want? I want a man that's not, you want a man that's working. You want a man that's an executive. Like, what do you want? Write it down. Read the affirmations daily. Go out there and get it. I know for sure somebody is coming at these women every day. It's some guy that opened up the door for you. Some guy that, you look nice today. You didn't even take the compliment in your head to be like, well, thank you. Like, you see what I'm saying? To where that conversation could have went somewhere else. It ain't like guys just get the door down knocked every day. Like, you look cute today. The guys don't get that. You look cute today. Girls get that all day. Girls get that. You look real nice today. Let me get that door.
And we love it.
But then that's an opportunity. You got to come probably with the next line. If you see the guy attractive, you know what? Thanks for opening the door. How did you get in here? You mean somebody? Like, come on. Well, let's have a drink. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, let's flow. Well, your party's not here yet. Well, mine isn't either. Let's have a drink. And then that's when you get the drink. Excuse me, bartender. Let's get us a round of shots. Now you bossing up. Now you taking over, and he looking like, wow, she really a boss lady.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm interested, I have no problem doing that. But I'm starting to think, I've been reading online about demisexuals. I'm like, because I'm not attracted to mad men like that. I'm not just out here like, ooh, where the man at? Man. It has to be there has to be an emotional and depth connection, or it's just like, so I don't see myself really moving like that because I'm trying to open up and not be so like, stay away from me. Mark asked, Malik, how does a high value man pick his queen in your opinion in 2021?
That's a good question. That's a real good question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say you should visualize the type of woman you want first. Like, it should be a vision, like the type of woman that you want. And then from that vision, when you're going out and when you're in the mix, I like to talk to women like this in public settings, and then you should just see the qualities and just ask questions. That's where the disconnect is at. There's a lot of just allure and attraction without the questions. Where do you live? Like, what school did you go to? Like, So is your dad around? Like, these are questions I need to know answers to. So ask those type of questions, and then, from there, date or two. A lot of people don't even date anymore. They don't take girls out anymore. It's just like, you want to Netflix and chill. I mean, I like to be out in the mix, so then next thing you know, maybe a trip or two, and then, you have your significant other. But you just have to ask questions. You have to visualize who you want. You have to change something within you. Like me, I can't date just strictly dependent on me women. Like, I can't do it anymore. Because just like I had to do everything. I got to bring the money home. I got to pay all the bills. I got to come up with the ideas. I got to come up with the investments. Like, you're not telling me nothing that can add value to this situation. Like, I just had that's stressful. So like me, she got to have something going on. She got to be in nursing school, in the management program. I don't care what you do. Just be the best at what you do. See, the thing with me is I don't care what you do. I don't care what your position is. Like, you be a fire person. I don't care. Like, like as long as you're happy at what you're doing and you're not mad at Mondays. Like me, I love Mondays. And the person's like, oh, it's Monday, or you hate your life. Like, change something within it. Because if you hate getting up and going to work on Mondays, change something within that narrative.
Right.
So it's the same like when you're dating a woman. You got to change something up. I had to change. Like, no more dependent women. I don't care how attractive they are. If they don't have nothing going on and they don't have their own set of friends, I can't do it. So
yeah.
That
makes sense. I mean, I get it. The non-negotiables, put them in place, visualize what you want, make those shifts and changes within yourself that draw, the type of woman you're asking for.
Yeah.
And go out on dates. People downplay dates. It's not just, I'm spending money on dinner. It's like, no, there's chemistry and moments, and being out, it says a lot about a person. A lot. You learn a lot from being out.
Yeah, I have another book too. It's called The Power of Awareness by Neville. It's really good.
I love Neville Goddard.
Yeah, Neville Goddard. And he shows you how to visualize what you want. Like, there was a homeless man that visualized a building in Russia having his family's name on it. And eventually 10 years later, they owned the building. There was a furniture store, but it was theirs, but he visualized. So you have to visualize. If you visualize it, it'll come to fruition. Who is that woman you want, and who is that man that you want? Don't visualize it like the man look like Denzel, or no, visualize it like how you want it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you gotta be Denzel's son, or this is Holly, No. Come on, man, be original. Like, be original. Right. Like, and then I don't want the popping girl that. I like low key women. I like women that move and just low key with it, but just fly. Like, I don't want you. You ain't gotta be popping it. You at the All-Star game. You at the Super Bowl. No. Like, if you're not at those places and corporate events, getting contacts and all that, you just out partying. I don't party to go out just to party. I would party to go out and meet contacts and how we're gonna make some more money. Yep. I'm just out here kicking it. You know what I mean? It's a mission. And the mission is all to leave a legacy to the family. So a person has to be vibing mentally, like they're with you. Like, what's your purpose of living? Period.
Right.
That's the question you ask. Why do you wake up? What motivates you? Why do you go to work? Not just to pay bills, because I don't want you, because you just regular.
And that's another narrative. Like, how do we just get stuck in that? Like, what are we doing?
You work just to pay bills? Okay, well, bye. Bye.
Mark Nash asked, he was like, what's the name of the book again? It's Power of Awareness?
The Power of Awareness by Neville.
Neville Goddard.
Yeah. And then
I love the ideas of Neville.
Yeah, he's really good. The other one is, this is Neville too. Relax More, Try Less.
Relax More, Try Less. And Neville is Neville.
Yep.
Goddard, Goddard.
Yep. Another one that's good too is the one, a real good one is Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill.
I just downloaded that last night.
Really good, yo.
I'm gonna be reading that. Somebody told me about that years ago, and I hadn't got around to it. But best believe I downloaded that just last night, and I'm gonna read it.
So that's what you need. You need a man that's in the books like you.
I love, man.
Like
another book. I just read another great book just to share that I just got finished with. I read it twice, actually.
Mm.
Is The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. So if you
Okay.
haven't read The Big
I
Leap,
haven't read it. I'm gonna put it in queue.
that is, I love books that teach on self-mastery in a particular way
Me
where it
too.
uses psychology and it
Yeah, I'm
shows
the
us
same
where we
way.
like upper limit ourselves and, you know, how we get in our own way and how to flow in our genius zone.
You're gonna love Outwitting the Devil then.
Oh, I cannot wait.
You're gonna love
I'm
that
so
book.
excited.
Yeah, that book is good. But that's too, like, I'm into that. I like women that's, like I said, it's a cognitive thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
How could we sharpen each other's brains?
I'm telling you, I mean, you know, I'm out here being patient, Malik.
Hey, listen.
Somebody gonna get a lot of value when they tap in. But they gotta tap in. I can't be out here chasing and giving for nothing.
I got you. There's somebody out there.
I know.
I trust. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And then Mark said, I'm gonna bookmark this. If I like it, I'll buy a copy to give to my audience. Yes, spread the love.
Yeah.
Love that. Spread the love. I used to do that. I need to get back into doing that. I used to buy books and do the giveaways at brunches and just give people a bomb book.
That's what
I want to get back into that.
You need to start doing your brunches again in Houston. You need to do that, man. That's your little niche right there.
Yeah. Got to get back up to Chop It Up Sundays.
There you go, right there.
Remember, I need to get on it.
I'm telling you.
I need your encouragement. I'll be like, what do I do?
You gotta, you know what I mean? The Moxie's right there in the Galleria. See how they... we'll go next time I'm out there. You got to see what they got going on Sundays or find a nice location that's not popping and you just get it going. You know that guy might be in that brunch that you about to start. I'm telling you, like, that's how things happen.
It's true. I'm open to it. I'm always gonna, as long as it sounds fun to me and makes sense to me, I'm down. And I know that, amazing things happen just by following that. So
yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm gonna get to it.
Got
figure this out.
Got to. You
I've been weird lately.
No, but you can't. You gotta get unweird. Like you gotta.
I know, but the whole pandemic it just threw
me
off, man.
Listen, there's always opportunity in chaos. Always.
Oh, I believe that. I'm not saying I didn't do nothing last year.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying
but it's just like, ugh.
But you need to set a date. June what or July what, and that needs to be your first one. You gotta set a date and forget it. Set a date.
I'm gonna set a date.
Call these restaurants.
Yeah.
See who's not. I'm saying the Galleria area. I love that area. And,
of course.
And just have a night. I don't care if 6 people come.
That's a start. I never care about that.
It's a start of something, And then the next one will be 10 people, and then 20, and then it'll start, getting big.
Yeah, then I'll be back up to my.
Exactly.
When I did brunch a few times, there was 80 people who would show up, and the restaurants would get so upset. I had to make it smaller because restaurants really can't handle an influx of 80 people. And what's funny is like, even though I would have those meetings ahead of time, I feel like the men didn't believe that I was really about to do what I said I was going to do. I'm gonna have to send a representative.
I'll co-sponsor it with you. You let me.
Okay. Okay, that would be fun. I know. That would be fun. That would help.
I know a lot of people in Houston.
Yeah. I want to do that.
We'll do something like, I don't know. You think of some ideas.
I will. That helps me get going. It's like training wheels. I like feeling like I have somebody with me.
2 hours of mimosas. I don't know, like something, give some drink tickets, some, nice giveaways. You know what I mean?
And get back to it.
Yeah, get back to it.
Yes.
Gotta get back to it.
Yes. Yeah, no, you're right. Definitely on it. This was such a good conversation. I love it.
Yeah,
We done went in an hour and a half, but
That's
us.
Cool.
We can sit there.
Yeah, we can sit there and talk for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, it's just bringing a different perspective to the situation. But like I said, just focus on what you want, visualize what you want, write down what you want.
And visualizing.
And visualizing. Once you do that, the guy is out there. You know what I mean? He's out there. You just have to weed out the BS and the liars and this and that. Because when a person is flaunting all the time about what they have, what they're doing, they're not really doing nothing. Because when you're really doing it, you're the quietest person in the room.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, the loudest person in the room is the weakest person in the room. Puff said, bad boys move in silence, man. I don't need to let you know everything I got going on. And I can't show you where all the bodies is at anyway, because I don't even know if I trust you all the way that you flip on me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You got to have that mafia mentality, man.
I love mafia mentality. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. That's pretty much all I watch. Mob and mafia stuff. I'd be like, I'd be watching the Carranzas and the Banderas and Narcos. I'd be looking at all this like,
whoo. But you notice in all those shows you just named, they always had their family. Narcos, Pablo's, always about family. They was givers and family. I mean, they did,
family and community.
Family and community. And that's what we got to get back to. Like, we got to get back to having, I mean, definitely, like tell the dude instead of take you out, cook dinner at the house for me, or cook something and let's go to the beach. Like, let's do something.
Yeah, let's go
to Galveston. Let's go to Galveston. You get the meal together, I get the wine together, and just have a beach day and just chill out,
Yeah, I think all of that sounds amazing. It's all very possible. Yeah, it's just about linking up with the right people. I really think that's it.
Yeah.
So the right ideas, the right people, and letting that ride, and hopefully it works out.
Yeah, it will. It all works out in the end.
It does. And everything works together for the greater good too. I was telling my little friend that, she's just so heartbroken right now. She's a lot younger than me. I remember being that heartbroken, but it's just like, now is the time you feel the feels, but like you said, you move on in a particular way because it's like, that's just not the one, or this just ain't the time. Like, once it is what it is, it's like it hurts. You cry, but then you got to move on. You can't stay in that space, and it's challenging. But I'm just saying.
And timing is everything too. Timing is everything because he could be here and he's supposed to be here, but you just have to trust the person that's going to help you get there. And a lot of girls are like, I don't do. A lot of women, I apologize. A lot of women say, I don't do, what is, they be cracking me up. They don't do potential. They don't do potential.
So let me address that.
You need potential. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Go ahead,
but let me address that. Okay. There's two sides to that. Okay. First of all, there are a lot of women that do potential, and I have been one of them, but there's all the other side of women that's been burned by doing potential, because the person just, you take, and you didn't give nothing back. So that's when I think women are like, well, I'm not finna do that. I think it's more coming from a hurt place rather than saying a man's potential is not enough, because it is. And so again, like you said about that timing, cool. Like, because there are women who see, again, if a man has vision and is willing to make moves, and if he has a vision and a purpose, then, that's enough to work with, because women, like I said, we're the multiplier. We don't have to have the CEO job to double your income. Like, so I just think that women are coming from a hurt place when they say that, or, because they've been burned, but I don't potential can be enough if it's the right person, the right time, blah, blah, blah. So I just want to put that out there.
But I just think a lot of women that have been burnt had the pendulum swing the wrong way. So if you're in a situation, the scale is like this and you're always giving, it's not a relationship, it's an uneven relationship.
Correct.
So if you're giving, he's never giving, you already know the person's selfish. So then sometimes it may have been the woman's fault because she's just allowing the person to take from her.
But our natures are opposite. Men are selfish. Y'all selfish as hell.
No,
y'all need to know. There's nothing you can tell me. Y'all are born selfish.
I used to be selfish, but
you learn not to be, right?
But it took time to get to where I'm at now.
Cool, but still, time. Non-selfishness is a learned behavior for men, just like certain ways of communicating. And so women, we are the nurturers. We're designed for that. So it's not always easy to go against our nature and not give. So we do need to learn how to kind of see things up front as much as possible. And I hate to use the word protect yourself, but God says, guard your heart with all vigilance, because through your heart, everything flows. So it's our nature to nurture, and it is our fault when we nurture in one place too long, but it's just hard for us to differentiate. Like, it's hard for y'all not to be selfish.
Well, it's not hard for me not to be selfish.
No, because you learned.
Yeah,
You
but that's
learned.
because you
But
have to
innately,
learn. But you, like I told you in the beginning, if you've never seen a healthy relationship, how do you know how to transpire into it? So I had to learn and see my cousins that's been married 30 years and just watching and talking to my uncle who's been married for like 50 years, you know, and just hearing like, what would you do here, uncle? Like, what would you do in this situation with a woman? Or like, I'm taking advice from people that have been married. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking advice from the homie that's just dealing with 6 or 7 girls. I'm taking advice from people that's been down this path, you know. And they told me, which I'm telling him, is you have to be unselfish and do things that you might not like to do. You know, you might want to go see a movie, a love movie that a person does. I don't want to see that, but it makes you happy. Okay, let's do it. But that's why I told you about date night. Like, you should have the bowl. And I told you, put the, you know, when you're dealing with somebody heavy, this is your bowl, this is his bowl. When it's time to go out, you pick from his bowl. This is what he wants to do. When it's time for you, y'all switch it up. He picks from your bowl. Oh, we want to go skiing this weekend. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I just want to go to the art show. Okay. So then your ideas are now intertwining with each other. Like, things are flowing.
And you're getting to know them in a particular way,
flowing
which
like
is beautiful.
A river. You're flowing like a river, and you're not out there like a swamp. So you're flowing.
Definitely
like
don't want to be a swamp, just stagnant and stank.
Exactly. Yeah.
We trying to flow into bigger bodies of water, okay?
But you just got to do other creative things, like what I'm telling you, just to make it exciting and fun. You got to keep the creativity coming. It has to be creative. It has to be something new. It has to be something exciting, because you don't just get married and just stop being fun, you know. And then that's
I don't understand that. I've never been married, but you know, I don't know why that happens like that. I don't know. Mark Nash said, "Oh wait, go ahead. What?"
Well, it's because they just get used to it. Because there's no more thrill,
and
so
no
you're just
effort.
Used to it. There's no effort. There's no effort. You know, there's no effort. It's like, oh, whatever.
Damn.
You know, I'm just saying though, but it's just like look, when you go into a sandwich shop and they only have turkey, and you might want ham, you might want roast beef, you want to switch it up sometimes. You're not going to eat turkey every day. So, like, women, you need to switch your hairstyles up sometimes. Men, you got to stay in the gym. You know, like, can't just let everything go. Like I'm married. That's what it is. Right. Because she going to see somebody. Women don't stop looking.
No, we don't.
Just like men don't.
Correct.
And a woman to dip out quick, too. Don't get that twisted. And there'll be a whole dude at work. And won't know nothing about it.
Not the work husband.
Won't know nothing about it. So you got to keep her excited. You got to keep her motivated. You got to, you know what I mean? You got to
flirt, date.
Yeah, definitely.
Stay affectionate.
Exactly.
Yeah. Stay affectionate. No, I completely agree. Don't nobody want to eat turkey every day. Mark said, I lost a good friend who never told me the issue, and I think that bothered me more because I think we should be able to talk. We should be able to talk, but people don't know how to communicate. And by people, I mean all of us. I'm not saying this as a master communicator. I know even for me, sometimes it's hard to say certain things because you might be in fear of how someone's going to react. You might feel too vulnerable and rejected in what you're saying and how it's going to be received. You might be afraid of losing something. You might not have been raised to speak, because you think of people as kids. It's like, it's always be quiet, sit down, don't say nothing, shut up, don't say, you know, so I don't even think people realize how much that affects their communication as adults. Like, there's just so many reasons why people don't speak up about issues. So I'm sorry that you lost a friend to that, Mark, but yeah, that's communication is a whole nother show.
And then I had to learn how to communicate. Me being how I grew up, you know, on the other side of the track, went to Sidewalk University as a kid. So you just taught not to talk. Like, when we were growing up, I didn't take no pictures because I was in the streets a little bit. So why would I want to take pictures? I don't want nobody identifying me. Like, exactly. That's why I'm still like that to this day with not taking pictures. You know, but you know, you have to learn how to open up. You gotta learn how to communicate. You gotta learn how to put, you know, things in perspective that way. So I was big on not communicating for a while.
Right. And I understand how it can be challenging, but I understand that there will be loss in between some of that because communication is necessary.
Definitely is. Number one component in a relationship.
I had to take out my earpiece.
I got you.
To plug that in. Mark said, yeah, women will settle for less, unfortunately. We will.
Yeah, they will.
Guys do it too, but we will.
Guys definitely do it too, because I be looking at some people, I'm like, man, you got that one. That's an 18-year longevity situation.
Sentence. That's a sentence. I be seeing it from my guy friends. I could be seeing it a mile away, and I know they do it for us. So that's what I'm saying. There's something because some of my guy friends, when they be like, "Oh yeah, this girl did it," as soon as I see a picture, I be like, "I'm not being a hater now, but you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because what I'm seeing,
totally different.
Run!" Oh my gosh, that was so fun. I love Mark.
Cool.
Huh?
So no, it was fun.
Yes, and thanks. Shout out to the chat. We're gonna do Queen's Glean on Thursday.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all this.
I gave a lot of jewels here. You
gave a lot of jewels, and we're gonna talk about them on Queen's Glean on Thursday.
Okay.
With the girls.
Keep me posted.
Yeah, and just go over all that.
And guys and girls both just keep confidence levels up. You know what I mean? Like, don't look at what's going on in these social media aspects as that's not what God got in store for you. He got something else. He got another plan for you. That's that person's plan. You see what I'm saying?
And that person might not even be in their plan.
Yeah, so don't get caught up with other people got going on, Just do what you do, stay in your lane, and just be great at what you are great at. If you're a librarian, be the best librarian you can be. You know what I mean? Like, for real, though.
Yeah.
Librarians need love, too.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
Exactly. So
I was talking to Ed Milet, and he's like, this amazing super multimillionaire. He's a huge speaker. He's got all this stuff going on. And he said the same thing. Like, sure, he rakes in millions and millions of dollars. And, and he's a personality. He interviews all these people. And his sister is a kindergarten teacher. And he's like, there is no difference in the value that we bring. She sits in front of 16 kids and changes their life. And I believe she's blind. She's either blind or deaf. But either way, it's like sometimes we look at people and try to judge. And we're all important.
Exactly.
Her life and her purpose and what she's sewing to those kids is just important as him raking tons of money in and talking to them. It's just as important. So I agree. Love on the librarians.
Exactly.
That's right. Thursday will be a feast because us late. We go in. We get our wine.
Hey, listen, do it. I gave him some jewels. I gave him some jewels. So I went to women. So I want to see how many women bought a drink on Thursday.
Man, I gotta get us a wine sponsor. We need to be the. People think they call us the female drink champs, the positive drink champs.
Oh, there you go, right there. That's a good situation right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Women, you out happy houring it up, buy that drink for that guy or that group of guys. Do that. Open up the conversation.
If I see someone cute that I want to talk to me, I'll do it.
Yeah, there you go.
If I see somebody who I want to talk to.
You are hilarious.
I know, so dramatic.
But no, definitely. Thanks for this, though. And then let me know when you want to do those brunches down there in Houston.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out. And I'll see you at the end of the month. I'll see you at the end of the month. But in the meantime, I'll be talking about it and I'll text you. You know what's up. Y'all watching, follow me on Instagram at Jaimi Alexander. And please follow Kings Speak. And make sure to come back and tune in for Thursday for Queen's Glean because it's the ladies panel. We're going to talk about our thoughts and views on everything that Malik had to share this evening. So,
yeah.
Like he said, you better stop.
What happened?
He said, they're going to pick you apart.
No, they're not going to pick me apart.
No,
I can handle them.
Yeah.
I gave them game. If you can't look, I gave you the playbook.
Yes.
I'm giving you the playbook to get in the game.
And come through on YouTube so you can throw some stuff in the chat, Malik.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna check it out. They're not gonna pick me apart though. I'm confident though, so it doesn't matter. You know
We
what I
just
mean?
be having fun. It's a different show. It's a different tone. We be on here clowning, but
Exactly.
we really be in there clowning.
Exactly. Well, let me know. Let me know the time on Thursday.
All right, my
I'm
love.
take
Get
it
to
from
that
there.
business, and
Yeah,
we will
definitely.
talk soon.
All right, you be safe.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.